Hello, Bradshaw's All. I got R.L.'s tape, and all that he had to say was just fascinating. And I think it's a real good idea. He managed to convey his personality in a very good way, so that it brought back so many memories to hear his voice and to hear and tell about himself. I also got your letter, Sarah, and the first since last summer. In fact, it was on August the 19th last year that I last talked to you on the telephone, and that was our little Julia's birthday. That literally, she was born that day. Brooke was in labor at the time that you called, Sarah, and I guess I was a little short on the telephone because we were waiting to hear from Brooke, who was in labor at the time. I realize now that you probably were on the verge of whatever knocked you low for the whole winter, and I felt sorry that I did seem to cut you off. But I'm very glad that you are now far enough along that you can write a letter. You're a little bit better than I am. When I try to write a letter now, it seems that by the time I get to the second or third paragraph, my writing gets so bad that you can't read it. It's so shaky. I have a condition in my neck that when I get tensed up, it becomes very painful and makes me very shaky. Some days have passed since the word shaky. That's the beauty of being able to work with a tape. I think first I want to mention something about my own physical condition. It seems to be kind of holding its own right now, but over the past 5 years, I've dropped down considerably, both in my activities and my strength. My weight has come from 135 down to 115, which doesn't leave me much leeway to lose any more. And it is of concern whenever I do lose a pound now. I can move around the house to a certain extent, but as far as getting out and trying to walk very far or to do very much, I just can't do it. I can drive. It's a little difficult to get into the car and out without getting completely out of breath and getting all uptight. But once I get behind the wheel, get my breath, then I can drive all day long, or at least I think I can. The tension of any kind of trip or setting out to do something particular does build up, and this causes me to tighten up, and when I tighten up, then I know that I'm in for a migraine headache or something that's going to knock me low for several days. So I just don't try to do more than one little thing each day. It's not really so bad. It's just a matter of getting used to it and learning to entertain myself. I do a lot of reading, work find puzzles, listen to music. R.L., I am a classic music man still, although I do appreciate what you are working with. It's not my particular choice to go to country music concerts, but I am aware that there are thousands upon thousands of people in the United States who do, in fact around the world, who do appreciate the work that you're doing, and you have a real place to work toward in being able to bring your thoughts and to be able to put them to music and to put them across to other people. And then Sarah and Reginald, it's your delightful task along with mine to be able to support someone like R.L. and what he is doing. In fact, Sarah and Reginald, I recall how you were so concerned to get Ruby into the nursing school, to get Edward started with his art, and I was very pleased to be able to work with you on those things and find that this is a real matter of I don't know how just to say it, but of completion in my life, of meaning in my life, that I find through Ruby and Edward and R.L. And these are very meaningful things for me. Speaking along this line, I just talked with Barry. He is stationed on board a submarine tender as a head communications officer down in Charleston, South Carolina. And he is now going to be leaving there shortly and going to a submarine base where he will be officer in charge. This is at Kings Bay, Georgia, right on the Georgia-Florida line. And they'll be moving down there September the 1st. R.L. Barry's son is 16 years old. He has a 13-year-old daughter also, and these were by his first wife. He has remarried and married a woman who has 2 children, but Barry has not as yet adopted them. He still helps to support Bill and Jennifer, his 2 children. Webb is living in Florida now. He has remarried. His daughter by his first wife is 16 also, but she's living in Dallas with her mother. Webb and Sharon, his new wife, are in Lakeland, Florida, which is about halfway between Tampa and Orlando. He's doing construction work, which, as you know, is up and down. It's not something that is steady and keeps going, but this is the way he wants it. He would rather make $10 an hour for 3 days a week than make $5 an hour for every week and every month, for a whole steady job. He'd rather make the higher wage for a shorter time and gamble on making it big. Maybe that's a good way for him, I don't know, but it hasn't been very secure so far. Brooke is, of course, living here in Houston, and she is an occupational therapist, has been working in hospitals for several years now, and then last year she had her baby, who will just in a couple of weeks be 1 year old, and she is just a tremendous little girl. I mean, she's wearing size 3 stuff, and she's just too big for me to pick up. I have to squat down on the floor and hold her and talk to her because I just can't pick her up. And then to top it all, we've just gotten another little dog. It is a little dachshund, a little black dachshund, who is now 8 weeks old. We've been through getting him his shots and his worm medicine and all this sort of stuff. And he's learning a little bit about what being housebroken means, but we've got a long way to go on that. And now the biggest thing, or the best thing, is Allie. Allie is just in top-notch health. She lost about 40 pounds and just looks great. She works hard. She goes, during the summer, she goes and swims 20 or 30 laps every day. She just stays busy all the time. And then during the winter, she is working with her 3 and 4 year old children in preschool. And she just completed her 20th year doing that. And she does it very well and is very highly thought of. And she says, maybe one more year. I hope she goes on for just as long as she can walk and talk, because she is so good at it. And she really loses herself in it. She's just wonderful with the children. You all mentioned that you have just gotten a new pastor. And this puts me in mind of, sometime long after I had been there for 3 or 4 years, something came up about a beer license over in Sedley, I think with Reginald's brother. And Reginald made a statement that stuck with me ever since through the years. He said, Mr. Allen, you're a pastor and you come and go. He says, we still live here. We'll be living here all along. And I've had to try to remember that when a pastor comes into a church, he's coming into a situation that has been going on for a long time and will continue to go on for a long time, no matter whether he comes and stays or goes or what. And this is kind of humbling to a pastor when he realizes that he's gone out and tried this and tried that and nobody has responded, and it's discouraging. But when you look at it, that you're just a part of a long, long process, this is very meaningful. This is meaningful in our own individual lives, for you and for me, to realize that we are a part of history, that we are in line with Aristotle and with Julius Caesar and with people years and years ago and people years and years to come. And we are a part of the historical process. And if we can see this and see that maybe some little word or some little action that we take now may not have any meaning during our lifetime, but 2 or 3 lifetimes down the road, this may be very significant. I've been doing a little work on my family history, and I found a write-up about my great-grandfather, and it tells that when he was about 16 years old, he was a stonemason, and he was working on a house. This must have been back about 1800, 1795, or somewhere along in there. And he was up working on the roof of a house in central Kentucky, and the owner of the house came out and called him to come down and look at their new baby daughter. And he climbed down the ladder, and he took one look, and he said, I'm going to marry that girl. 16 years later, he did marry her, and they had 11 children, one of which was my grandfather, Elijah. I feel real close to Benjamin and feel like that he is very much a part of me and I'm a part of him.